20 watching.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FSB Racing Friday Night Winston Cup Series, Season 36 finale. I'm your host, Shawn Reap, and as always, in the booth, my partner in crime, the man, the myth, the monster, Milt Minter Jr. How you doing, buddy?
Capital, just capital. The
Just
last
capital.
race of this season, championship implications. It's going to be good. Indianapolis,
Yeah.
a new track record.
And you see the historic pagoda and scoring pylon of Indianapolis in the background there. We are indeed at Indianapolis Motor Speedway to close this one out. It's everybody knows this place, big 2.5-mile rectangle. NASCAR cars don't go around here quite as fast as Indy cars, but these trucks still get a good grip around them. Draft is important, but not everything like a super speedway. Still got to save those tires. And so you can see some pit strategy, you can see some fuel strategy, definitely some tire strategy tonight. The setup has been dialed in so where it's easier to pass than it usually is at Indy. It's going to be a great track for closing out what has turned out to be the hottest, tightest points battle we've seen on a Friday night since I started doing these broadcasts, possibly ever. We have got,
I think so,
5 drivers that are legitimately in contention here, and it could go to any one of them tonight. I mean, right there in the lead, you got Jordan McGregor taking it last week with that big win at Homestead. As you see, the cars have taken the track with the drivers' meeting completed. So he takes the lead by a slim, no pun intended, 3 points over Jim Gately, as we call him, Slim Jim, the professor, in that 23 car. Slim did not make the start at Homestead because he had computer and connection issues. If he could have just scored the minimum 5 points that night, he'd still be 2 points up. So that's really got to sting, but he is not out of this by any means. If he can win this and finish just a spot or two ahead of his teammate Jordan in the 30 car, I could easily, close that gap. And if it comes down to a tie, tiebreaker is going to Slim, as he has 4 wins. Jordan currently has 2. And,
Hi, Julie Gately. Man, we got
Julie
Gately's
Gately,
all over the place.
the Gately family checking in. I imagine we're going to see Mama Gately Doris there soon. Will Farmer, 25 people in already. All right, we've already cracked our season record. So thanks everybody for coming out. As you see your qualifying order, Dan Irvine also alive in this points battle. I think he's 13 points out. We'll see the graphic.
Racer.
Yeah, we'll see the graphic when I get going here. He's gone the pole, so he's in a good position to try and capitalize on that. If he can stay up there and hope those guys also in the battle fall a little further back, then he's got a real shot. As well as Rick Johnson. Wait, did Rick Johnson make the start tonight? Oh my goodness. We got so many cars. We got an unusual high field count here. Oh no, I'm not seeing the 52 of Rick Johnson listed in the field.
He must have a gig tonight, otherwise he'd be running,
Well, he can have a gig.
Oh, that's right. You can't
Nobody can have a
gigs.
gig right now. It's Rick Johnson, one of the points contenders, the 52 car. I mean, unless I'm just blind and not seeing him there, Milty. Doesn't appear to make the start, but Rick Johnson, a professional drummer, not a lot of gigs going around, but also a newlywed, so who knows what he's up to.
Yeah, no Rick Johnson tonight, so.
So that narrows it down to 4. Ooh, that is a big development right there. Steve Weber was in this battle. He has been eliminated. And Bill Yarbrough is the other one in contention there, the 54 car. In 24th spot on the grid here is, I believe, 5 or 6 points back. The fan experience is happening, says Tom Jackson. Hopefully.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, even 13 points back, if these guys have bad luck, that definitely could help here as I'm trying to look at my graphic. And but why don't we bring up the points here?
I'll get that up in a second here. That screen isn't going to work right until the standings are running. But, yeah, there's Bill Yarbrough, one of your point contenders there. That 54 car, he's one to watch tonight. See what else we can find out there. Again, Dan Irvine's on pole. Slim Jim Gately starts on the outside pole.
Well, this is Slim's chance here. We know what the professor can do, but he's
Jordan.
always pretty much, missed races, and he missed one here, but still has a chance for a championship.
Absolutely.
And, family watching and no pressure, but I tell you what, this guy loves pressure, and he can deliver. And, good luck for him tonight.
And there's another one to watch tonight. Matt Watkins not in the points, but correct myself from before. Jordan McGregor did not win last week, but he had a good points night. It was the 35 of Matt Watkins that was your race winner. We call him the GOAT, greatest of all time, and if you want to win this race for max points, you got to go through him for sure. In that Back to the Future number 35.
Absolutely.
And there is Jordan McGregor's Folgers coffee machine. See if we can find some of our other contenders here. Slim must, now there's Jeff Habbick. We see Kim Wright checking in there. Yep.
Tower has improved in this couple of years.
He has.
Only a few years. I was talking to Tom Jackson, who's watching tonight and really wants to get in. He was like, watching you guys, they're so awesome. I'd be a little afraid to run on a Friday night. It's like, dude, man, this is entry level. You can run on Friday night, and you can run in the back, and people will help you, and get that car on the track, and build your career baby steps at a time. Like all these guys have.
And there is your pole setter and one of our championship contenders, the 27 Miller Bobby Allison paint scheme going around there. That's Dan Irvine. So getting through our field as quickly as we can here as happy hour is winding down, our final practice. People are going to be practicing those pit stops because that can be crucial here. I bet that's what we're about to see Dan Irvine do. There he is, coming in.
Are you kidding me?
You come off blind off 4 and got to get on the binders, almost immediately. Get it down to 55 at that line. But yeah, Dan Irvine again is your pole setter. Slim Jim Gately in the 23 starts on the outside. Matt Watkins, Isaac Johnson, still home from college, quarantined like everybody else. He makes the rare Friday night start. Fourth spot on the grid. Yeah, these guys are good. There's a lot of, whether they're in the points chase or not, there's a lot of contenders out there, and Isaac's definitely one of them. Mark DeSenza, DeRocket, he's feeling it again. He's there in 5th in the number 3 car, the Wrangler Jeans Machine. Ken Shea, a threat to win any track you go to in the 91 Super B. The 30 of Jordan McGregor, your points leader. Pops Margison in the 99. Jeff Habbick backing up that top 10 finish at Homestead with a top 10 qualifying tonight. He's feeling more and more confident, and that's great to see. Again, his girlfriend Kim Wright checking in the chat there. She's recovering from 2 kidney surgeries in a row.
Oh my gosh!
Kicked cancer in the nuts, and so she's ready to go racing with us next season. I think she's been getting some practice in. I'll get those Blue Moon cars done for you, Kim. All right. Ken Hansen, fresh off the Truck Series win last night in the number 9 Coors beer can, the Bill Elliott colors there. Jeff Hale in the 29.
Yeah, boy.
He's got that Junkyard 29 going this season. Kind of hard to miss that car.
Oh, Derby Dawn in here. He's definitely
Derby. We got two Demolition Derby style cars out there tonight. It's gonna be confusing.
There can be no substitutes. He was telling me before the race, this guy's trying to put another junkyard car. I'm gonna pass him.
And there's Derby. No, that's Jeff Hale's right there. No, that's Derby's. Oh my God, it is gonna get confusing.
Guys, can you believe this? 36 people watching this race tonight live.
And we got 34 cars out there.
I'm so proud of you guys, and thank you guys for a great show. Let's do this. Let's kick this pig.
Well, I hope I got a couple of co-workers watching, Anthony G and George. If you guys are watching, get ready for the show. Here we go.
Absolutely. You're getting through this field as quick as you can here. Oh, we missed Mark. Thank you. That was Sam Young, our league promoter and owner there, checking in on us. He's not out there running tonight, I don't think, but hopefully he can join us again in the booth tonight.
I'm going to make some picks here, and I hope I don't jinx anybody.
Oh, he's listed as provisional.
I'm going to definitely go for I'm going to go for the win and the championship to the 23 of Jim Gately, and I hope I'm right. That's my guy right there. Come on.
Gosh darn it, you stole my pick. Well, Mark DeSenza explicitly instructed us not to pick you, and I forgot to pass that on, so I'm glad that you didn't pick him. He hates it when you pick him. Well.
But I got to go with my brain here. The professor, he's the guy. He can handle the pressure. He's just got to have a little bit of luck here and finish the deal here. Win.
The lights are off on the FSB pace car.
Dan Irvine and Slim Jim Gately, and with the 50, with Bill Yarbrough starting in the back there. Definitely, he's got a chance too, but he needs to move up. And we go green. Buggity, buggity, buggity. Let's go racing, boys!
And we see right away, Dan Irvine takes advantage of that pole position. Should have the lead off turn one here as Slim Jim's connection needs to settle in just a little bit.
Just like we're going to see Sunday with the real NASCAR guys running online. This is online racing, so you got connection stuff. All these guys from all over the United States and the world racing on our server at FSB.
Well, you got Slim Jim for the win in the championship. I think I'm going to put the race win to Isaac Johnson, and I think, man, I'm pulling for Slim Jim to pull out the championship too. But I think he's got an uphill battle. He's got to finish at least 3 spots ahead of Jordan McGregor.
This is one of Julie, I'll go with Slim to win. No kidding.
Slim is the popular pick.
Wayne's down with that too.
35 is definitely a strong contender tonight. Every one of these guys out here, they could potentially win this one. Tom Shearer checking in. Excellent.
Hey, Tom, what's up? One of the Possum Hollow boys. Look, this is Indianapolis. Going through these corners, right down to the line there. You just want to breeze that line. Dan Irvine looking strong down that long back straight. No brakes here. You lift at about the 1 and let that thing roll through the corner, pick up the throttle, go through the... I'm a little behind here. I'm looking at the other screen. Sorry, but...
Yeah. I don't know why the caution light isn't working here. Oh, and the lap counter.
Dan Irvine in that Miller Buick down the back straight. This is Aero 88 mod, folks. So this is, for you that haven't seen this before, these are not the new cars. These are the old school cars. But there's that Matt Watkins, the GOAT. He's back to the future. Slim Jim Gately, snap yourself into a Slim Jim.
As they run right now, Slim Jim would have the points lead. And the championship is he's 4 spots ahead of Jordan McGregor, but it's very early in this race, of course.
This track is a cheese grater. They had a great start, great smooth, professional start. But these cars are going to lose lap time every single lap. Probably about 12 laps. I mean, that thing is starting to really push. I don't know exactly how far you can go before you blow a right front tire, but it's not much longer than that. 2.5 mile track.
You can get... Yeah, it's a 2.5 mile track. You're going to get about 18 laps on your fuel and tires here.
You can make 18, so...
18 to 20, I'd say.
So that's what... 18 is right in the fuel window at 64. Hard to pass. You don't really get the draft you think you would get here down the back straight to make that move in the either turn 3 or turn 1. You need a bobble in the short shoot from the guy in front of you and a great run by yourself to get that run coming out of 2 and 4.
There we go.
Yeah, no kidding, Tom. Well, yeah, wow, yeah. There we are. Slim Jim Gailey's definitely having some connection issues here. Nothing major, but the part of sim racing here. Hope that internet lines back up.
Well, I just had to fix the counter and I crashed out on the main camera, so you're gonna hear my Windows user account protection in a second.
Well, you know, I mean, all the tech stuff you do, this bud's for you, buddy.
Thank you. I don't know why it was the lap counter and the light in particular not working, but
That first top 5 there with Ken Shea and Jordan McGregor barely, you know, got about a second and a half gap. You can still get some draft. And then Derby Dawn back there from the couch in Canada. It's very cold there. I was talking to him pre-race. He was jovial.
jovial.
And also, you know, he's a champion too. So
Absolutely.
this guy can't get off the couch, and he's running P8 right now. And that Derby Dawn Derby car, that thing's got every color on the book on it. But speaking of getting off the couch, that's what happens is over time, the tire wear management is the key. And Jordan McGregor here, he's leading the points, sitting back in P7 here. Little Folgers in your cup. That's good stuff, man.
Hey, if it can wake Tim Richmond up, can wake anybody up, right?
Absolutely. Well, he was usually up all night before the race anyway, so. Isaac Johnson from engineering college to having to be quarantined, so he's got some time on his hands. And this guy is a champion, and this young fella can roll, and we're starting to see some action here at the front.
See Slim Jim making a move underneath Matt Watkins. Can't quite stick that.
You
Wow.
like to be in front like Dan Irvine is. You're not, that's where you want to be here.
Well, something's happened to Bill Farmer. Send him back to a lap down here. That's our series sponsor. And we thank Bill for
Farmer
putting up...
Brothers Contracting.
Yeah, Farmer Brothers Contracting,
Got
putting up
some.
the hardware that these guys are racing for. And we mentioned this this tight points battle. Well, here is the points as they came into tonight. See Jordan McGregor is your points leader. Slim Jim 3 behind. Dennis Chambers was 3 points behind. He will not be able to start tonight, so he's out of contention. But he was tied for second coming in. And then the 54, Bill Yarbrough. Let's see if we can find him back in the field.
Well, Bill needs a caution here. Started in the back. That obviously wasn't his intention. He runs well here and qualifies well, and he did not today. And
Yeah, he was 5 points back.
He's got a championship on the line here.
And he's in the third pack here. Oh, we got the 25 Keith Cordier in the wall. He's got Dan Jones and Bill Yarbrough working the way around him. Oh, Dan Jones slideways off 4, hangs on to it.
Oh, James Bond. Is the caution out?
No caution. He held it, and
Will Farmer for the pass on Derby Dawn. No, excuse me. See, I'm confused now. That's Jeff Hale. That's
Yeah, I had that problem on the lead-in too. Yeah, this field is really big.
Except
on a really
says,
big track.
Get on his ass. Well, and that's the thing about Indy is you got to be in that top pack, or you go backwards fast.
And again, Bill Yarbrough was 5 points back.
Look at this gaggle with Tower in the 101 Coast Guard car. Man, has he improved so much. I mean, you know, it's hard to come in the pro league like this and race and to see these solid runs he's building together. You know, every time I talk about somebody, I jinx them, but that's the power of the broadcaster. Troy Nolan in the house. T-Roy. What's up, T-Roy? Longtime FSB guy. Sacramento, California. Or one of those places up there. Stockton, that's it. Tower taking a look at Will Farmer. Very strong Coast Guard car tonight. We go back and we got Dave January in the 51 Jolt car, 13th. These restarts are huge, and now we got 2 wide going in as it looks like the 9 car gets passed. The beer can gets past. Tower taking a look at him.
Drivers, to your cars.
Ryan Johnson, where did he come from? Coming up in the Brothers Body and Paint car.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson, another Indiana native. Loves this track, and he's our series admin. He's been
back home again in Indiana. R.I.P. here, Jim Neighbors.
Absolutely.
Dave Ellens running tonight in the 115, running strong, P15. Steve Weber, the Big Cactus, P16.
Oh, and we do have caution on the track.
We got caution on the track.
Caution on the speedway here, folks.
Lamb almost made the pass. Southern California guy, meh. With the venerable one there in the Scotch Blue Tape Ford, Pops Margison.
Let's see if we can find the source of this caution as the field picks up the pace car here.
Back to the 007.
That was you?
Might have been a bit of both of us. But
oh my gosh.
I'll take a partial for sure.
How's the car?
Car's good. Tough competition back here. 24 spot.
Wow, 30 plus cars here tonight. FSB Racing NASCAR 2003. They said this mod was going to die, and they didn't know what they were talking about, whoever they is.
Well, here we have what happened there. We got Dan here in the 007 passing the 25 Keith Cordier going into turn 1. And they just kind of get together there. I mean, obviously I can't make an official call. What the? Oh, I forgot to bring the charger in. And I just clicked on the wrong thing. There we go.
Okay, we're reviewing this incident here. Oh, boy, yeah. I'm seeing.
Oh, there's my big mistake of the night. I forgot to bring the charger in for the laptop. I'll be right back with that, folks.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so we're going to be blind here for a minute. No, we got stuff on the screen here. We got a special guest here, Ken Soska, longtime FSB admin and driver, checking out the 30-plus car field. What's up, Ken?
Hey, everybody. Good to talk to you, Milt. Good to see everybody here, and thanks for having me up in the booth. Yeah, I'm hanging in there like all the rest of us. Yeah, hoping everybody out there is having everything work out well for them as well as it can, and I know some of our situations are worse than others, but whatever we have to deal with, we're going to get through it and we're all going to be all right.
Well, you know, you and me, we text each other every day, and you're definitely a big positive influence on me. And that's exactly, you know, watching the iRacing stuff on, you know, the NASCAR guys running on TV. And, you know, I mean, for us sim racers, that really fired me up. I don't know, you know, I mean, it was just like we get to see what we do and enjoy pretending to be race car drivers, and also see the real guys do it and have fun and also make the best of a bad situation, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say as race fans, we have it better than any other sports fan in the world right now.
Yeah, you can't simulate, you know, other things like you can this sport, you know?
I fixed the battery issue here. Thanks for joining us, Ken. Here's the replay, and man, Keith Cordier and Ed Fowler got some serious airtime on that wreck.
Did you see that?
Oh man, that is clearly going to end the night for the Bojangles 05 machine there.
I'm just getting out the hospital.
Oh, and he's joining us from the Infield Care Center.
From the In-Care Center.
Oh, ouch. I just saw that.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness! I have never seen a wreck like that in a stock car at Indy.
That thing was a telephone pole up in the air. You kidding me? Good thing it's not real, or that, you know. Oh man, we might be building you a new back, Ed.
I need a new one anyway. Can we go ahead and do that?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that was one thing I was jealous of watching those iRacing guys, is that reset that they had available to them. Like, man, there have been some nights I could have used that.
Well, yeah, you know, I mean, but look at this sim too, man. I mean, NASCAR 2003, you know, the engine is the same engine as iRacing uses, and you know, Dale Jr., all those, Denny Hamlin. You saw Denny win on iRacing, E-Racing or whatever last week. They all started in this sim, and it's still a badass sim here.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex Jr., those guys, Kevin Hamlin, who's now a spotter, yeah, they were hanging around.
Junior would run his Tuesday night truck league in the Papyrus servers, and you'd fight to try to get in there, and that was always a blast.
Yeah, he ran under the name Unical 76.
You know, I loved listening to them interview Junior after the sim race, and he sounded like he, you know, when he was disappointed in a real race. I mean, he was like, yeah, well, you know, I mean, listening to them talk was just awesome, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. We've all been there when we were just so close and yet so far. And meanwhile, the 108 of John the Dog Palmer, another Indiana native, running his home track tonight. He stays out there to pick up his Dave Marcus point.
He's driven his, he's handicapped from the, for you that don't know, we got so many viewers.
Absolutely.
From the waist down, and he uses hand controls to race, and he's driven around this track in his van with hand controls.
That had to be a trip.
Yeah, you know, and he's also seen it several times living close. We got so much going on. We got pit stops here. Everybody had to pit. I mean,
absolutely. So
no, you got to get 4 freshies,
and we are inside a nice pit window here too. You break this up into 16s on the way, the rest of the way here.
Tom Jackson was like, Ed, did you see Brian Newman while you were there in there? I mean, that's like you were as high as him. Thank God he's recovering, and because that stuff's for real. Fortunately, we get to press restart, you know. But man, you were up in the air there.
Well, hey, stop me if you've heard this one before too. You got Mark DeSenza in the 3 car at the back of the field. Looks like he picked himself up an end of longest line.
My gosh, one of the best I've ever seen at Indy, but he, like myself, in my career, shot himself in the foot, but this thing is far from over here.
Absolutely. And Bill Farmer will be able to... Hey, Ed, you're his teammate. What happened to Bill on the start? He lost the lap very quickly.
It would not, couldn't drive. He had to wait the entire lap before it let him in the car.
It wouldn't let him click drive. Oh, man.
Nope.
Did he just wait too long, or was it just bugged out on him?
No, it just wouldn't do it. He just bugged out. When he clicked it, it dropped the desktop, and it wouldn't let him back in.
Okay. Yeah, that will happen sometimes. That stinks. Thank goodness he wasn't in this points battle.
I can tell you from Mark's perspective back there, you don't want to be in the back.
No.
It is brutal back there. If you guys look at that replay, we were 3 wide, 4 wide, just trying to battle for in the 20s. It was pretty nasty.
Well, pace car is off. Let's see if we get it broken out into 3 packs again here, like last time. Green flag in the air. Looks like Derby Don or Jeff Hale hitting pit road immediately, possibly serving a black flag as Matt Watkins leads us back to green. There you see Derby going down pit road. Let's see if he stops or if he just drives through. If he just drives through, that was for a penalty of some kind.
Wow, look at this train here.
It was. 49 had to serve a pass-through. I'm not sure what happened there. As 27 reasserts his
Those are the little
stance
things,
as the leader.
You know, being on the couch and coming back to racing, that's definitely, obviously we seen the speed early, but wow.
If I had to guess, he passed someone before he crossed pit line under that caution, and that's probably what did him in. Yep. It's basically the equivalent of in real NASCAR pulling up to pit.
Troy Knoll rooting for Gooey, Guy Pitra, one of me and Ken's friends there. He was all excited to get back on the track in that Shelby American Cobra.
And we got him on the right side there of your side-by-side.
And he is running good, I mean, the guy basically off the couch in this sim,
He's a hot shoe. He knows his way around here. And meanwhile, Ken Shea on the move in that Super B gets around Isaac Johnson.
Dave Simon's trying to get by him, battling for 22nd position with Mark DeCenza. That guy, he wants by. Guy's not going to push the issue. He knows it's the last race of the year, and because they're battling for points, he's going to let him by and run and see what he can do.
Yeah, Mark DeCenza is on a mission here.
Just don't use any vulgar language with Guy, because you might have repercussions, as we've seen recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
He's such a choir boy. Still in the back of the pack, the 54 of Bill Yarbrough. He's going to be looking to get some help here from Double O Dan and from the Rocket DeCenza there. There's 2 fast cars. Good to be hooked up with on this semi-draft dependent track. Ryan Johnson dropping way low on the straightaway here.
I'm probably going to say this wrong. Jockey Mazza says, Ken, make a move. Must be talking about Ken Shea here.
Ken Shea or Ken Hansen. We got Ken and Ken out here tonight.
Yeah, we do.
And we got Ken in the booth.
And we got Ken in the booth.
It's a confederacy of Kens. Well, for a while we had so many Jims that they all got nicknames. We had Jim Ray. He was just Jim because he was the boss at the time. And that's how Slim Jim got his nickname. And we had Jim Scharf Pinky, who joined us last week, as we got the 193 of Joe Sharam stuck in the wall. 192, rather.
Battles all the way back to 27th place. Dog and Rick Castle going at it.
Oh, big wreck on the front stretch.
Oh, no.
Cars everywhere. Dan Jones is in it. Pops Marguson. The 115 of Dave Ellens. Brian Lamb, we haven't talked about all night. He's backwards in the 09 car. You got that... you got that lamb chopped for sure. Get out the mint jelly.
What about Bill Yarbrough?
I think Bill may have slipped through that. That's what I'm hoping. We're going to find out here on the replay. He's going slow, but I think he just...
at the championship here.
Oh, wow. You know what? The first view we're going to take of this is on... Well, second view, rather. It's going to be on board Bill Yarbrough, because you're not going to believe how he just saved his championship hopes here.
Walt McGregor, obviously related to Jordan McGregor. Come on, Jordan, tires and fuel, and Jordan's in a great position here.
Well, here we go. Here's your replay.
Okay,
on the front stretch. Now, something happened with Lamb in the 99. Catches Rick Mosconnor, too, but look who drives right through the middle of it. The 54 of Bill Yarbrough. If he comes back and wins this thing, that is your good hands move in the night for sure.
Okay, I'm on a delay here now watching the oh my god, oh, Lamb. Oh man, good thing this ain't real, because that's a hard lick. Oh my gosh.
Okay, we will go on board the 54.
That straightaway is at Indy.
Check out the onboard of the 54 here, as he sees nothing, then smoke, and then cars, and then open track. Somehow gets down through the gears, gets through it, no harm, no foul. The 54 is still very much alive and in contention. And he's got some more track position now.
From the cockpit, you're going 190 plus miles an hour. Oh my gosh! What do? He slows down. That's what you do. That's all you do. He gets on the brakes a little bit. The car started to... You just gave him, but that's a crapshoot, dude.
It's part luck, but part what I emphasize in drivers' meetings. When you make it through,
you go, man, I got skill. When you make it through, you're like,
I'm the best.
Man, I got screwed. You know?
That's what happens when you got the best spotter in the business.
Stay calm, cool, collected, and try to make your decisions like normal, but it's still a bunch of luck, man. That was a heck of a job.
And then maybe when you open your eyes, you're clear.
Down pit road, got to execute. Every one of these, even under caution, you got to get in your stall. For you that haven't watched this before, these guys have to hit their marks perfect.
And unlike iRacing,
cars like iRacing.
So I was just about to get to. Unlike iRacing, you can't drive through the cars.
You'll see that Sunday when you watch them sim race at Texas, I believe it is.
Yes, Texas is up next.
You got to get around these guys. You got to get in. You have to hit your marks really tight here, where iRacing gives you a little bit more leeway. Oh boy, coagulated coming out of the pits.
Yeah, thanks for checking in there, Walt McGregor, Ed Finley. Former driver Troy Null. Troy Null, haven't seen T-Roy in a while.
I mean, he had Riverside, man. I still just I can't believe how much he dominated that race.
And then fell back at the end because of just the couple laps off on the pit strategy.
And be a road racer. I respect somebody that's a badass road racer, and he can do it all. Short track. I mean, he's a pro, and he can win this championship tonight.
Meanwhile, Dan Irvine is just continuing to do what he needs to do tonight, and that is dominate. He is looking to lead the most laps and win this race, so if you know where he wants to be up front, and that's where he currently is.
Hey, I'm a little delayed because I'm only watching on YouTube, unfortunately, but did you guys see there was some bumping and banging coming out of the pits there?
That happened.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
Did you catch which cars it was between?
The 91 for sure.
Alright, let's watch the 91's pit exit here then.
That's Ken Shea in the Super B.
So we'll pick it up here as everybody's getting their service. I should do the pit road stuff from camera 2 because I have the pit boards now after having to reconnect my main computer. Looks like Isaac coming out.
Driving through cars is the real racing, Kim. Yeah, I would agree. That's part of it. Pits are. That's the thing about this sim that's different from iRacing is it definitely it puts way more importance on pit execution.
And honestly, I'd say pitting is the hardest thing to do.
It definitely is. After I'd won several championships when our league was like little tiny, and then real drivers started coming in and they started whipping my butt, it was pit stops. And I spent like a whole season. I didn't even practice any racing. All I did was practice pit stops.
Absolutely. When I got here, my background, I started in a league that ran 1X, still the same distances we run here, so we might only have to make 1, maybe 2 pit stops. Only ever 1 under green usually, if it went that long. And so I hadn't really had that kind of experience with pit stops being quite so crucial. And I got here and I was getting my butt kicked.
Yeah, but there's a little bit of a glitch for that, right? You should explain that too.
Not. Well, that's what I was getting at, was that I spent a whole weekend practicing pit stops, just like Milty was saying there, with a notebook. The little bit of the glitch is that if you come across the line and you're still on the brakes, so if you're still decelerating...
Kid Shane almost ran into the back of the 27 under caution.
All right. If you're on the brakes when you cross the pit speed line, sometimes, just sometimes, you can get away with going a little bit over the speed limit for just that part. But you got to be on the brake the whole time, and that's probably just a little buffer that's built in because of lag between the server reading your speed and what you're reading your speed as.
It's actually realistic when you think about time zones. For what the real guys, when they get busted for speeding, they get busted for their average speed in a sector. It's broken down into sectors, so...
Yeah, we don't have quite that, but it does kind of average it out. But if you come in, if you do, 100 miles per hour for the first half of your run and then drop it down to, 10, it's not going to average that out for you.
No, that's yeah, absolutely. Of course, we were pretty close in the Indy cars here at the Indy 500, which... there's my trophy right there.
Just rub salt in that wound, why don't you?
Indy 500 champion, that's me.
A teaspoon of gas in Matt Watkins' tank.
Enough
that's
about
all
me.
it was between me and Matt. Man, lights are out on the pace car.
Here, as we were talking, he's back to, looks like...
He's there. 3rd spot, yep.
This guy, I mean, when he gets dialed in and he gets to the front, one of the best I've ever raced against is Ken Shea in that 91 car.
Man, there's like 5, 6, 10 guys out there I could call the best I ever raced with.
Oh, yeah. Look at Isaac
hell's about, there's about 30 out there.
That's the best I got lapped by,
Yeah, there's at least 30 guys out there I could call the best.
The cat seat here. His own destiny is in front of him.
Well, I'd say he's in a good spot, because even if Irvine wins this one, it's not enough to make up the deficit, enough. And he's got Slim behind him. But we are not even halfway.
So
green flag in the air. Isaac Johnson is pushing the back bumper of that 27
He's got
forward.
Nothing to lose except win or go home.
Bring back the trophy or the steering wheel, says checkered flag crew chief. Oh man, look how close Irvine got to the wall there. Yeah, absolutely. Sam Young in the chat saying the driver out there that can't win this race, and I have to agree. There's 30 guys out there capable of winning this thing on any given night.
These restarts are difficult. It's it's like on the freeway, only multiplied to almost 200 miles an hour.
Ooh, I think Either Dave Jandry or Steve Weber caught a big piece of the wall there through the short chute. It's hard to tell. Jandry and Webb both look the same with those black and red cars.
This big field here, the farther you get back, the more that it takes time to get on it, and you lose precious feet. And then you have to, every time that you get a restart here, you still have to deal with saving your tires. And it's amazing as a driver and knowing this from experience. You could be good like the first couple of restarts, and then all of a sudden maybe use up just a little bit too much. And all of a sudden you start falling back and going, what the heck's going on here, man? But it's that critical, that tire temp. You have gauges you can pull up on your screen. Can't remember which F button it is for this game, but I think it's F5. You bring it up, it'll tell you your
F5
tire
is your
temp.
tire wear, F4 is your tire temperatures.
So F4 is your tire temp. You look at that right front, especially here, anywhere on these ovals, but that thing gets over 220, you're in a world of hurt. Nose to tail. Let's get some in-car here, dude. In-car. We need some in-car.
All right, who do you want to ride with here, bud?
Ken Shea.
All right, let's get on board with Skiji.
The sound's going to be loud, so I'm going to be kind of loud. I'm going to walk you through a lap here. Going through the short chute. A little bit of lift right here. Pick the throttle right back up. This is all you can see right here from the cockpit. You have to look at your markers. 1, 2, 2, 1. Right at the 1, you lift.
Just a little touch of brake.
Roll. Come right out to the wall. Come back down into turn 4 here. It's a little high for Ken there, but you'd like to be down by the line there a little bit. Turn 1, AJ Foyt said in the Indy car, the difference between somebody that makes it and doesn't is because you drive it in there flat out. Here comes Slim Jim Gately.
Slim Jim making the move.
You see him in his mirror. Great pass through the short chute.
Oh, Slim's loose.
Contact. Here goes Matt Watkins. Definitely the double outside run in those two corners. Slow kids down, but Slim could not make that pass. It goes backwards.
He was dead sideways when he held on to it.
That's a little bit of in-car there. You're showing the roof cam. Show me some cockpit, bro.
Sorry, I already turned off it. It's the same line all the way around. You get a better view.
Real men drive, man. Okay.
Unless, of course, you get motion sick from the in-car camera.
Down the back straight, 185 miles an hour into the corner. These cars are not quite as fast as Cup cars. Jordan McGregor up to third. Padding his advantage. This guy's raced all over the sim world and has a resume that is staggering, and trying to put another feather on his cap with an FSB championship.
As you can see from our point system on the screen there and the current standings, if this were to end just like this, The championship goes to Jordan McGregor. But we are just now past halfway, and caution on the speedway. You can find what happened out here. Whatever it was, but right before it, the 59 of Ryan Johnson caught some wall running in 10th spot. Jeff Habak right after him caught some wall. Man, who was the caution?
53 of T.G. Reese coming back, and he's calling her.
I think I found it. It's the 02 of Dave Simons and the 83 of Steve Weber, the big cactus. Looks like Dave was looking a little low there and made contact with the back bumper of the 83, but it sent the 02 around right into T.G. Reese.
T.G. Reese and that skull bandit car. Ding!
Yeah, pating goes that car.
We haven't even had time for Miltisms tonight because
it's only the third one I've counted.
So heck with the Miltisms, and let's watch the racing, man, because it's seriously
that was a
good.
Hard lick for that 53 skull bandit machine
look
there.
At that. That's the spin cycle right there. You're gonna blow chunks right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Whoa.
And that, I guarantee, will do heavy damage to that 53 machine.
Where's my bucket? I gotta throw up. DG trying to... Dave Simons. Dave Simons is retired, I think, here.
Yes, he did retire.
Down pit road. Once again, gotta execute. Let's look at the leaders here. Look at that pit road. Tight, nose to tail. You got to know where your stall is. You got your pit board coming up. 9-car beer can. Of course. The water. Dan Irvine nails this spot. It's really a lot easier. That P1 spot is the spot. Slim Jim Gately. This thing ain't over. He know what to do. Here they come. Too wide. Isaac Johnson, burning rubber.
Oh, Ken Hansen, Ken Shea both turned around.
Road. Ken Hansen hard with, I'm not sure who's behind him there.
Oh, they're still piling in.
They're still crashing in there. There's 2 lanes at best. This is Indy, man. I mean, this thing was made out of bricks, and that's horrible for the beer can. He's got some. That thing is definitely crushed in.
Hey, Jeff Stone checking in the chat, and here we see what went wrong.
Hey,
it's like Ken Hansen turned across the nose of Dave Jandry, collects Ken Shea. Then Dan Jones tries to get around just as Ken Hansen backs up, and that collects the 192, the 124, the 58 gets backed into again by Ken Hansen.
Okay, now I'm watching it. Got poor Ken Shea. That shouldn't be too much damage, and he keeps going, but Dan Jones
got some damage.
You did get damage from that?
You're going to get some damage. Yep. They're all, spinning like a...
Story of my night tonight.
Like a top out there.
I can finish this race in this car.
Well, how's the right side? That's the most important thing here.
I think mostly... Oh, yeah. That's where he backed into me, so...
Yeah, usually you don't get damage from that. That didn't look like that hard of a hit.
Okay, well, it says yes, repair.
Okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hopefully
Parallel
it's very minor.
Sucks, Tom said,
Yeah, it does. Parallel parking at 55 miles per hour.
These guys just want to drive in a circle here. Apparently they can't park. Hope I don't run into them at Walmart trying to get some toilet paper,
Maybe it can be as exciting as the finish with Will and Josh Elliker the other night, 0-0.
Oh, man.
Points win.
Josh Elliker, he's a badass.
Still feel bad about that one. I was trying to push Josh for all I had, and he made a move I went with him. He tried to move the other way, and I got the bumper, and we all went wrecking across the line, and he just ended up finishing one spot shy of the championship.
1 point. It was up to the amount of wins. Will won 4 that year.
Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't on your mind at that point. You were racing.
No, I was pushing him. I'd made a deal beforehand. I was like, okay, bud, I'm out of this. So I was locked to the 47's bumper and just pushing.
What a finish, though. Yep. And the young Will Farmer getting his first championship, right?
Absolutely. Wow. I got to stop teaching that kid stuff about super speedway racing.
I'm going to the Will Farmer training school soon.
Yeah, he went and kicked our asses tonight.
When you're a sensei, eventually sometimes your pupils pass you. I could say that several times. But I don't regret it, I mean,
absolutely. It's great to see these guys. I mean, you got 2 drivers out there that were in diapers when this game was released. They're running nose to tail there in second and third spot. Isaac Johnson and Will Farmer. Yeah.
Past the halfway point here, you're still breaking it down here. With this many cars, you almost gotta think about track position and just drive it hard. I mean, can't worry about too much. You want to save tires, but at the same time, you got to go.
Save that position because it's hard to get around.
Exactly. You're not seeing much passing till later in the run, and that's typical. With a smaller field, you wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, you got 2 or 3 packs then, and you're way behind the field.
Absolutely. Yoshi Link rooting for Bill Yarbrough. Bill, longtime friend, and he's battling, but he's up against it here. But don't give up. Never give up. This thing is still possible.
I mean, he should have picked up a whole lot of track position when he missed that huge wreck on the front stretch. So he's cracked the top 20 now. He's in 13th. He's slowly working his way through this field.
Just shows what a talented, fast guy like him everywhere. But losing that track position at the start has hurt him. But he always races smart. I mean, he understands what his best chances are, and that is to keep his car clean. And he's one of the best at that I've ever seen. So
I just wanted to interject something. I heard you guys on the broadcast a second ago talking about Will Farmer and super speedways. Me and his dad's going to stop teaching him things too, Shawn.
Yeah. As long as you don't teach him how to qualify, I think we'll be okay. Because that Fowler has been kicking our asses with the super speedway qualifying. Well, I just remember when I teamed up with him in the TCR series, which, by the way, we're going to be running that again. It's an off-season team super speedway racing. I'm going to be streaming and driving that one for you guys on Tuesday nights this off-season. I had Will on my team, and I taught him a little trick at Pigs Creek, which is where we had that season finale this past season. And the next time we got there in a points race, he went and popped up and did exactly what I taught him. I'm like, son of a gun, he was listening.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that TCR. I'm going to be able to race the whole thing, I think, this season. So,
awesome.
Looking forward to that.
Pace car is off, and Dan Irvine once again leads us back to the green in the lead with Isaac Johnson, Will Farmer, Jordan McGregor. Get some cars wiggling here coming up through the gears, and Isaac Johnson already looking low. Jordan McGregor looking low, but they think better of it in turn 1, which is probably the smart thing just past halfway here. Ken Hansen got really wide there, almost caught the wall, but hangs on to it. Yeah, TCR is going to be a fun time. Looking forward to airing that again. Milty, you're muted right now if you don't know. So, we're showing yellow on the speedway again. Cautions, breeding cautions. We're hoping we can get some green flag stops in here tonight, because that will definitely shake things up. I'm going to go back here and find what just put us back under the caution.
look around the 14, I think there, Shawn.
That might not have actually been him. It was around him, but yeah, I've got it called up here. Dave Ellen's got some serious damage in that huge front stretch wreck, the one that took out Ed Fowler, who's joined us here as an in-race, formerly in-race reporter. So he was getting through there with 14 and the 101 around him, and just after passing the 14, that back end snapped loose. T.G. Reese catches more wall, a little bit of right side damage for Jeff Havoc in the 101. I think Dave Ellens might just park that, because it's just not fun. Not fun driving Indianapolis with the back end that doesn't want to grip the track. And yes, indeed, Dave Ellens did retire on the spot. Tough break for the 115. That was just caught in a wreck that was not of his own doing, and it, yeah, and we are in the yellow for the fourth time.
Fourth time, we appreciate that, because we can use all the help we can get.
Well, I do have the GNL TV standings. I do have the GNL TV standings that I use for the ticker you see. I have that up in my left monitor, and I can see the caution count myself and verify Barrett is correct. That is our fourth yellow. Dan Irvine has led by far the most laps tonight. He's led 34 of the 39 we've completed.
Guy Pitcher up to 16th place. This is a hell of a battle here with all these guys.
Oh, look at those fake outs. Look at those pit fake outs there.
Oh, that was a close little fake out right there.
That was, yeah, some people almost ate some serious wall.
Big deke at the pits.
Yeah. I saw Tim Fidoa do that to everybody at a Pocono ARCA race once. Yeah, he deked everyone in the pits and they all went in.
All they got to do is catch one guy that's sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, with this big a field and a few laps on your tires, even though this is a cheese grater, you always think about 4 tires and forget it, but not in this case.
Yeah, they didn't really get up to speed on that caution on that one lap there.
But we are
24 to go.
With the track position, no, you know.
Yeah, this stop isn't going to make the difference between making it and making it to the end or not. So I don't blame these guys for keeping their track position.
Yeah, we're looking at one can right now at this point.
That's about what I figured, because you got 24 laps to go, and again you got about 18-20 on the can here, Dan.
Yep, 18.
So Guy Pitcher pitted. He's going to go to the back, but what he wants is a straight up run here and use that to his advantage. And well, these guys have to pit, otherwise it's not going to help them.
Well, if you get a stop for one can at Indianapolis or Pocono, that's going to be right sides, one can. You're going to come out far enough ahead that the 4 tires aren't going to make up the difference as long as you got a little bit of help.
Gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and take a trip out to the patio, come back and watch the end of this one because I think it's going to be a good one.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us again there, Ken, and former admin of this series, by the way.
Hashtag patio.
Hey, we'd love to have you back, man. The 07's still open anytime.
It's tempting. When Guy mentioned he was going to run tonight, and I think Jerry was thinking about it too. I don't know if he made it.
Yeah, we just couldn't get it.
I haven't seen Jerry in the longest time, man. That'd be great to have those guys back.
Yeah, if I hadn't redone my PC like 6 months ago and finally went to Windows 10 and never put this game back on it, I definitely would have jumped in tonight. But I wouldn't have had time to get it all set up for tonight.
Yeah, well, we can certainly help you get. We can certainly help you get set up with Windows 10. It's not as hard as people make it sound.
That's cool. Yeah, I've doing all the road racing I do these days has really helped out my ovals. It's really made me understand turns a lot better that I never really got when I was just running ovals. So I'd be curious to see what I could do coming back here one of these days.
The road rage runs on Wednesday nights now.
Well, you've won races here before, especially the fuel race you won back in the day. That was awesome.
Yeah, I still watch that replay like once a week.
Yeah, that was great.
I can absolutely attest what Ken said about road racing and helping you on ovals. It really makes you a whole lot better driver.
Absolutely. I might just give that a shot next season. I'm sitting on I'm sitting on 90 wins. I want to get to 100 before the end of the year, and I want to take every shot I can get.
Okay, big shot.
Doug,
Big deal.
Doug
There's
T-Beck
there's
racing
some
that
guys
week.
that are going to try to knock you off that pedestal,
Doug is
No
pretty
way.
fast. Like usually a second too faster than everyone.
Oh, I don't expect to win a road rage race ever. No, but if that can help me get a little faster at, say, Martinsville. I'm out to lunch at Martinsville. I'm absolute trash.
Didn't you win it last race? Or second place or something?
At Martinsville?
Yeah, didn't you get second last time
Hell
we came out?
no, I was 10th and barely hanging on to it.
Shawn, I even won a road rage race, so come on. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I've never won a road course. I almost won a Sonoma race. Dan actually passed me on the last lap.
He still don't let me forget that.
I've won 2, so I'll take that as a win, because anytime you can win on a road course and you're not a road course ringer, it's something.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Those Trans Am cars are not easy to drive.
Nope.
No.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night. Good luck to y'all. Thanks for having me up.
Take care.
And,
Yeah, thanks for checking in, Ken. And,
Thanks, Ken.
Glad to have you around again.
yeah, no problem. Hell of a job you're doing with the broadcast here. I mean, the graphics
thanks,
and
man.
everything, freaking amazing. Awesome
Appreciate
stuff, man.
it. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a learning experience.
Good luck at the Nürburgring tomorrow night. I'll be spotting for you guys.
Awesome. Thanks.
Oh,
yeah, I
shit.
better go.
Milty spotting
better
for
run
you.
some laps.
Oh,
Help
Lord.
spot it back.
Yeah, that will not be rated PG, folks.
No.
I wanted to run the ring, but that's like 14.
I think it's 135 turns.
Yeah, 100. Yeah, I mean, the fast guys are going 8 minutes flat. Yeah, I don't have time for that.
All right, lights are out on the FSB pace car once again.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Ken.
Once again, the 27 of Dan Irvine, doing all he can to score max points tonight. We'll take him back to green from the lead. Will Farmer, Jordan McGregor, and Slim Jim Gately.
So Bill Yarbrough's in 13th as of till this sorts out. What does he have to do? He needs some luck, but at the same time, he's doing what he has to do, and that's survive to this point. But he's got to get to the front here somehow. That's Bill Yarbrough in that 54 car, real tree.
And meanwhile, what Dan Irvine needs is he needs to do what he's doing. He needs to win this race, leading the most laps, and hope that Jordan and Slim finish somewhere outside the top 10. I'm too far into my Jeremiah weed and ginger ale to do that kind of math right now.
Oh man, all you do, this buzz for you. So
thank you, sir. And it has
Dr.
been
Pepper's
absolute.
refreshing.
well, eventually, you just gotta leave it to the drivers. And
I tell you what, Ryan Johnson will have those points updated
we'll pick up
in
the
minutes.
pieces after.
Ryan Johnson, my good friend, our series admin, he has been on the ball with those points all season long, making sure we had him ready for the post-race show.
Oh boy!
And here we go. Pace car off.
Now this is a restart. You gotta nail. You can't hesitate. You gotta go, especially the farther back you are. You gotta get a good launch, and it looks like that top 10.
Whoa, Isaac Johnson
really
and Dan
good
Irvine
launch.
got a
Here comes-
great launch.
That's what I'm talking about. Restarts are king here. The 72 pushes
95
the issue,
loose.
and he pushes it. Wow, what a great save.
What a save, and man, are the 30 and the 23 breathing a sigh of relief.
17 now? 17-year-old manhandling that car, but he's in the weeds now. Mark
If he didn't save that,
I mean, they are coagulating.
Milty, if he didn't save that, he could have taken out the 30 and the 23 on one shot. So,
absolutely.
Woo!
Looks like he got up a little bit. Looks like he got spooked by the 72, like he was coming up on him.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and when you get high and out of line on cold tires on a restart,
it's nasty up
It
there.
is nasty up there. So that was some good hands driving right there.
Matt Watkins, what's he going to do? Somehow he lost a little bit of spacing there. We know what he can do we know what he can do, and he's back to the future.
Meanwhile, Ryan Johnson's still hanging on that 59 car in ninth place? 10th place in the 59.
These guys back in the back part of the top 10 need a long run now, because we haven't seen a long run to see what tire degradation can do, and it can do a lot. And saving tires, especially late in the race here, is what separates the men from the boys. Here comes Will Farmer taking a look at Matt Watkins, denied. Just letting him know you're there. Trying to rattle his cage a little bit. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to rattle Matt Watkins' cage.
Mark DeCenza back behind that back also wants to move forward. Dan Irvine has orchestrated and manipulated this race in P1. Perfect execution. And they're going to have some work to be done here if they want to get around that 27. He's brought it tonight. We know what he can do. He does short track racing for real, and he's damn good at it and wins races. And this guy's serious tonight. He's got to manage his time with sim racing and real racing. All the logistics of what it takes, what he does. Check him out on YouTube. Dan Irvine, he's a real grassroots racer here, man.
Absolutely. Well, I got side by side up here. You got most of your top 3 championship contenders on the left side, and then Bill Yarbrough, mired in the pack, but still in the hunt. He's on your right side. I'm going to take a little break here, and I'll be right back. Handing it over to Milty and Ed here.
It looks like Matt, yeah.
Yep.
Don't think he quite had the momentum there.
Yeah, I mean, you've had some great runs this year. What's it like? I mean, this competition is just insane.
Shoot, the competition here is absolutely incredible. And to have, the amount of people that we had in here tonight to start on this track and run with absolutely arguably some of the best people in sim racing across the board there. It's pretty fun. It's a privilege to be a part of it. When I say on Friday nights, man, you get a top 10 or even a top 15 sometimes, you're doing something with this amount of talent.
Yeah, we have it continuing. Matt Watkins taking a really good look at that apron, which is not good. That gives Mark DeCenza a chance to get up alongside of him.
Yeah,
Here comes Will Farmer. That's what you need is a mistake, but that's how Matt Watkins rolls. He does things with the wheel that you just never see. I mean, you expect that to be a mistake. Instead, he keeps ahead,
Absolutely. You get down there and it can really disturb your car if you don't hit that right, and it'll slow you down and scrub your speed. But it looks like he's making it happen, and not surprising. Matt Watkins has been making it happen for years.
Here comes Jordan McGregor taking a look at Isaac Johnson down low. Jordan's already in the championship position, but he wants more.
Well, Slim's now looking under him just a little bit there. This is going to be a heck of a finish, man.
49 of 64. They will have to pit again. Dan Irvine, your leader, and staying there, and that's all he's focused on. Execution all night. Just got a
So
few
here's
more executions to do.
Here's something to think about. Dan Jones said that they were looking at only having to take one more can of fuel right there on that last stop. So if that's the case, are some of these folks going to gamble with 2 tires?
Well, so how much does that save us if we go 2 tires under green versus yellow?
Probably about, what, 6, 7 seconds maybe?
And that would pretty much, can you, with probably 10 or 15 laps, with 14 to go coming up.
I'm interested to find out how many they've got. Let me hop down and talk to Will Farmer there and find out how much gas he's got left. Give you a little insight there.
See, Bill Yarbrough is almost all by himself there.
Okay, Ed's
not the position he wants to be in.
Ed's going to get some inside information on exactly what pit window they're looking at. Matt Watkins is working the 23.
And based on what Dan was saying, I was expecting him to pit with about 8 to go, I'd say.
So, for those who don't know, if you're gonna get a can of fuel, that's half what you can get, 2 cans. So it takes longer to put 4 tires on than it does to put a can in. So you get 2 tires and a can and save that 6-7 seconds like Ed was talking about.
95 car has about 8 laps left on fuel.
That fits about where I thought.
Those 2 tail, these guys are inches apart. Down the back straight.
So 4 laps, some people may shorten that a little bit. Some people may gamble for no tires and just fuel. Who knows? This is going to be crazy.
Well, if it's 1 can, I want those right sides. If it's a half a can, I'm taking none.
Absolutely. Just depends on how they want to play the strategy here a little bit, I guess, and who's going to gamble and who's not.
So as the points sit here with these 3 up front, these are basically your points. Where are we sitting there?
And if I think everybody's going to wreck, I pit early and I take 4.
That's a gamble you have to think about. Side by side, Matt
Ooh,
Watkins.
maybe a little bit of wall there for 35.
Mark DeCenza powers by. Mark DeCenza with heart issues, health issues earlier in the year here. Then he comes back and wins.
Did he power by Milt or did he push by?
I think a little bit of both.
I think Matkins got a little loose, and he took the 3 car took advantage. I think there was no harm, no foul right there.
No, not at all. It just.
But that's an intimidation factor.
23, 72, hitting pit road.
72, locking him up.
Wow.
Wow, that was at the edge right
there. That was aggressive. Bill Yarbrough, by the way. Bill Yarbrough was on pit road just as I was about to say, if I'm Bill Yarbrough, I'm going to short pit this, and that is exactly what he did.
Slim Jim was thinking the same thing. Come on, Slim.
I'm on Slim.
Nobody I would want to win this championship more than Slim, and that's no disrespect to anybody else. Just
we maintain broadcaster neutrality up here, but
this guy is an awesome individual.
The professor, man.
Obviously, Dan Irvine, Jordan McGregor putting together fantastic seasons.
Jim Gately, Chevrolet.
So it's
a great stop, and he gets out in front of the 72.
No, he doesn't. 72 is rolling and gets him. Despite
Did he cross the line before him?
It doesn't matter. We're under green.
That's right.
Drink another beer.
Yeah.
Oh, I got about 18 of them left.
All right, everybody else is in now. It looks like Will's in.
Yeah, Monkey See, Monkey Do has occurred. This could play in the hands of Bill Yarbrough if he got a particularly good stop. Mark DeCenza has inherited the lead.
Will Farmer took no tires.
That's bold. That is
That's
bold.
It's championship time. It's race winning time.
I got Dan Irvine on the right there.
Oh no! Slim Jim Gately down. pit
Slim Jim
road
back
again.
in. Speeding penalty on the first stop.
They both blew chunks there. Oh,
72 also pitting.
Oh my gosh. Drive-through penalties for both of them.
All right, Will's out, no tires. That's going to be an interesting finish for him.
And if he nailed his stop without getting a penalty, 55 miles an hour down pit road.
Actually, Slim stopped again. He must have decided to get the... I don't know what that was about. A pass-through. This should have been a pass-through if it was a speeding penalty.
Oh,
So this is going to cycle your lead. Matt Watkins now hitting pit road from the lead. While I cycle through all the cars here.
Isaac is coming.
Guy Petra up to 7th place.
Copy that, Ed. Yeah, Isaac Johnson coming in now, so he must have also been penalized.
Oh, is he coming in? I'm in
These
live
guys,
right now.
wow,
Okay.
the money stopped.
Oh, he's not? So Isaac Johnson remains on the track? Yeah, he is.
Twice like that. You know?
Oh, yeah, he's on the right side of your screen there as I'm live.
He just passed Will. Those 4 tires are working.
Have another beer, man.
Well, I was just thought I heard what Ed was saying. Underneath.
Oh,
Will Farmer hard in the wall. So much for those no tires. It almost looks like he's got one down as he heads for pit road.
Well, if you lock him up going in, you're in a world of hurt.
Ryan Johnson hits pit road now from the lead, bringing Derby Don McCourtson right behind him. That is going to cycle the lead to Joe Sharam.
Come on, Joe. He needs a caution.
Where is he even? Oh, no, Joe Sharam also hitting pit road. That's going to cycle it to Matt Watkins. Matt Watkins in the 35.
Right there in the 35.
Did I take Matkins to win? I think I did. If I didn't, I do now.
Well, we'll give you a fist bump on that because we can't shake hands. So.
That's true. We are practicing. You know what? Sim racers and gamers in general have been practicing social distancing for years. We got this stuff down, man.
Absolutely.
Because we're being social, but we're distancing.
Come on. I mean, how is this going to...
Gooey is indeed
Gooey in the lead.
Is the leader. Oh, 59, Ryan Johnson around on the backstretch. In the air. Collects Ken Shea.
That's what Guy Petra needs.
Oh my God,
right
collects the 95 coming out of pit road. Caution on the speedway. Guy Petra in the lead. Ryan Johnson currently scored second. I don't know what just happened there, folks.
Well, I'm back here looking at it. It looks like the 59 got loose coming out of pit road.
Oh, hard lick into the inside wall. That'll make you stick your pecker right there.
What is known in the industry as a big mess on our hands here, folks. I don't know who is where, how this is going to cycle out, what the implications on of who has pitted and who has not. And this might even be the end of the race because this is a caution within 5 to go.
It should be good though.
It's about 6 to go.
4 to go is the caution.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It's showing 6 here. 59 of 64 is 6 to go. Remember, you gotta count the 59.
You're gonna have a restart.
It might be a 1-lap restart to decide this whole season.
NASCAR 2003 has got its game limits, and that's one of them. Once it's under 4 to go, there's no lucky dog. Lucky dog. Green-white checkers. So.
Well, here's what happened. The 59 was coming out of pits and ended up sliding up the track. Tried to get it down. Johnny Doucette comes along the 58, nails him. Ken Shea comes along, can't do anything about it. Nork in the 95. Just nowhere to go for those guys.
Guy Petra, my teammate at Sebring a couple weeks ago, we got a great finish. He hadn't run a road race in a long time, and neither had I, and it was a barrel of fun. And he's got skills, and he's got smarts, and let's see how this pans out. But
And guys, I have absolutely no idea how this is going to play out. Slim Jim Gately is a lap down. He's not even the lucky dog. That's going to go to the 68 of Chet Barkin, if I'm reading this
we're
right.
going to have to figure out the points, too. I mean,
This is going to be crazy finish up here up front, I'm afraid.
Yeah, lucky dog is indeed the 68.
so where's McGregor at here?
I think Jordan McGregor is in the catbird seat. That's where he's
I
at.
think
because
he
Dan,
is.
Because Dan Irvine needed to win this race and lead the most laps, pretty much no matter what Jordan did.
He can dominate in the whole race. That's racing, man. I mean,
In fact, Jordan McGregor is currently scored right behind Dan Irvine in the 6th spot, with Dan Irvine being currently 5th. Dan Irvine has led 49 of the 60 laps completed so far. Is far and away locked up the most laps led. And there you see your lucky dog on the screen.
Exciting.
Guy Pitcher at the Shelby
what do we
American
do?
Ford. Carroll Shelby is standing there with his C-Max going, you know, I wouldn't be telling you that.
And again, there you see how the points shake out. As noted, Dan Irvine needed to win this and lead the most laps. Even have a prayer at it at 13 points back. Bill Yarbrough currently scored.
Slim Jim Gately, 24th until it recycles, but
Stick a fork in Slim Jim. He cannot possibly pull this out, I think.
I mean, it's a story of, it's just.
Bill Yarbrough is the last car on the lead lap right now. It's going to be a huge uphill battle for him.
And Dan Irvine's 50% of the way there, then he's led the most laps. All he has to do is win.
Pretty much, but he also has to be many spots ahead of Jordan McGregor.
So Guy Petra
if he wins.
got 4 tires?
Right.
Nobody went in.
I don't think Guy Petra has pitted. I think he was trying to make it on fuel to begin with. And I'm thinking he's good. I'm thinking he's good to the finish right now, but he is on old tires.
Oh, that could be some problems with those folks up front.
How about the 14 coming up there behind?
With a one-lap shootout.
Yeah, he should have pitted. The 14 should have pitted.
Okay, he's a lap down.
Yeah, I think he failed to heed the lap car pitting rule.
But Matt Watkins
For those unfamiliar,
is going to gobble up the 151.
For those unfamiliar, FSB rules, lap cars have to pit during a caution within 10 to go, or the restart's going to be within 10 to go. Get out of the way. There is no more lining up on the inside, no more lining up on the tail end.
Guy Petra is going to be holding on to his butt with 2 hands here.
Well, it's going to be interesting.
Well, why not? I mean, roll the dice, man.
Lights are still on.
TV.
The lights are still on the FSB pace car. Jordan McGregor has got to like where he is. He just wants to keep that 27 in sight. He doesn't care about a single other thing, and he will be the Winston Cup champion. I think he just has to make one lap, but that is everything. You got to make the lap and score the points. 14 car. See if he gets another chance to duck off here. He does not take it.
Yeah, that might.
Oh wait, there he goes. He's gonna take it. He's gonna take the duck off. All right, did the right thing.
There you go, bud.
I was going to put in chat in there to tell him to pitch.
That would definitely get the ire of the
Jim Ray checking in the chat.
Jimmy, what's up, buddy?
Jim Ray, the FSB Racing founder. He built this place. We owe it all to him. Thanks for checking in, Jim. Appreciate your support through all the years.
Oh,
and,
man.
Buckle up. This is going to be a green-white checkers finish. Going to take the restart on lap 63.
What's over and under that it's not going to make it?
Man, I'm not a gambling man. Didn't get that gene, you know.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I'm not taking that bet. Especially if you're taking that there's going to be a caution, because I'm not betting against that, bud. But this is for all the marbles. We have, to Matt Watkins' great advantage, relaxed the passing to the backstretch rule in the recent seasons. 35 car with those fresh tires can pass the 151 before the backstretch.
Guy Pitra generally sweeps up the shop at Monsoon Motorsports. But tonight he's in P1 with old tires. Matt Watkins is, pretty much says, hey, sweep that. So I'm a world champion. So what are they going to do here?
Oh, wait, now I think I remember.
Is there going to be team orders, or is Guy Pitcher going to throw the broom at him?
Now I think I remember one very, very large whiskey and ginger ale later. It was the 72 I picked on the lead-in. And he is sitting there in third spot.
And he has freshies.
He has freshies. Matt Watkins has freshies.
Dan Irvine, he's got nothing to lose.
Everybody up there except...
McGregor has nothing to lose either because he's in the catbird seat.
Well, he's got everything to lose if he gets absolutely obliterated and can't finish the race. Because he can lose enough spots.
I know Guy Pitra, he does not want to decide this championship.
Pace car is off.
But he
Matt
wants
Watkins.
to win this race too, but he's a realist. I think
Guy
he's
Pitra.
going to probably let these guys by.
Guy Pitra, Matt Watkins, Isaac Johnson, Dan Irvine, Jordan McGregor.
Guy.
The three-car Mark DeSenza. Where did he come from? Coming back from the end of longest line.
Stay in the lead.
He's got the run. Matkins has the run. Can't quite get there before turn one. Backs off it, but Gooey can't hold the bottom.
He's letting them by.
Gooey can't hold. Dan Irvine looking to the inside of the 72.
That's what I thought he would do.
He's teammate of Isaac's as well, as is Jordan McGregor. I mean, you got teammates going for the championship here. Jordan McGregor would totally be fine with Dan Irvine winning this race, because right where he is, that's not going to be enough.
I don't think they're going to get back to Watkins.
Mark DeSenza, also a teammate of theirs. They got one more to go.
Like this,
white flag, this time by.
This thing is over. Matt Watkins, back to the future. Comes out of turn 4, 1 to go.
White flag in the air. Checkered flag teammates lined up behind
Dan
Matt
Irvine
Watkins.
needs to win. Matt's going to defend. Maybe they can wreck you. You never know.
Dan Irvine needs to win.
He has to win.
Irvine needs to win. McGregor just needs to finish.
He's got to go for it. Forget what everybody else is doing.
McGregor looking underneath Isaac.
Turn 2, that's where I wrecked Matt Watkins in the Indy 500.
All right, well, let's forget about that right now.
I won the race. But he doesn't get there, and Matt Watkins is powering down into turn 3 here.
Two more corners to go. Dan Irvine's all over the 35. Looks slow into the turn 4. Oh, he turns the 35.
And then crash.
Jordan McGregor is your season 36 2020 Winston Cup champion.
I missed it.
Isaac.
Isaac wins it. Mark DeSenza.
Isaac wins it. Mark DeSenza second.
Jordan McGregor
third, and your champion.
Wow.
Oh,
wow.
Are you kidding me? That's exactly what we wanted to see.
You know, Dan Irvine
just finished in line, race for it.
Dan Irvine had to go. Oh my God! Wait until you see what happened behind them. So Dan Irvine, he had to go for it. Matt Watkins trying to block. It was just a little late there, I think. Hooked the 27, and they go around. But then look at all this second pack.
27's got to go, man.
Look at this. Second pack comes up behind them, and all Hades breaks loose. You got cars knocked down pit road. They're going to be penalized and probably scored a lap down.
Okay, here we go.
Matt Watkins there. Pops Margison, motor destroyed just hundreds of feet from the start-finish line.
Oh, fire and crash and Dog Palmer.
The 59 of Ryan Johnson slams it in reverse.
Crash and they're still crashing. Matt Watkins is still up in the air.
Isaac Johnson with that hometown win, just like I called.
Way to go, Shawn.
How about that, kid?
Great announcing, you guys. Awesome job.
Oh, man. Dan, and thanks for checking in all season long from the booth. My teammate and buddy here, and our in-race reporter.
Wow, I can't believe I brought that POS of a car home to Saturday.
Ed Fowler, thanks for checking in with us after you got an unceremonious exit there.
Well, I appreciate it. You guys do a fantastic job. I'm going to bail out before you get your people up here. Thanks a lot, guys. Great season. We'll look forward to you in the off-season.
See you, Eddie.
All right, looking forward to that TCR with Ed Fowler there.
Where's that champion at? He needs to be burning some rubber, too.
I think he's just waiting for it to sink in.
Isaac Johnson's smoking him like he's got him.
Oh, the 30 of Jordan McGregor is burning him down.
Get some, champ.
And see, he has laid that smoke screen down that you see in front of you.
After the disappointment of Riverside, he was not dissuaded and had a positive attitude, and he finished the deal tonight, and he is your FSB Winston Cup champion.
What a finish, folks. What a finish to the race and to the season. And we're just getting started for 2020. We got plenty more racing to come.
Yeah, just
we call it an off season.
Yeah.
We call it an off season, but it's not an off season. We're going to be busy every night of the week. We're going to have TCR. We've got the just announced Quarantine Cup. We're going to run different mods every week in a 4-race cup. Because, I mean, hey, what else are we going to do?
What else are you going to do?
We can't go to the movies, right? So we're going to be putting that up.
I don't think they can even shut your internet off. If you
it's a utility, man.
Absolutely, so. That's so.
The track is heavy with smoke from our winner and our champion there.
That?
We're gonna have the All-Star Shootout. We're gonna have the King of the Hill. We're gonna have the Demolition Derby and Awards Night. We got so much more to bring you, and looking forward to season 37. Milty,
Roy, time for a cocktail.
Milty, go do your thing. Go get our podium finishers, which happens to include our champion. And let's get this post-race show underway here.
I do need to make a quick stop to the porta potty, sponsored by Budweiser, the King of Beers.
The King of Beers. Well, as noted, Brian Johnson has just been absolutely phenomenal as an admin all season long here, on the ball with the points before I even got the post-race screen up. And there you have it. Jordan McGregor, 177 points, is your champion. I do believe, in fact, I'm quite sure that is his first Winston Cup championship. We're not going to call it the Corona Series, Lorenzo. It's going to be the Quarantine Cup. We decided not to call it that so we didn't get, nixed by Google search analytics or YouTube algorithms. It is the Quarantine Cup. We're going to be running that. Ryan Johnson's also going to be putting that on, just like he hosted our Winston Cup season this series. And so here you go, Jim Gately with that devastating late race pit road penalty. Very uncharacteristic. Slim does not usually get burned in the pits. It got him tonight when it was all on the line, and there he drops all the way to third spot there. But still, fantastic season for Slim Jim. 4 wins, missed 2 races, and still comes in third. That's just how good this guy is. He makes these setups. I don't know if we mentioned that through the night. He works on the setups for all the series, makes sure we all have nice, competitive setups that everybody can drive, and they're fantastic. They're Cadillacs. We love his setups. We love Slim. My phone is blowing up, people, as drivers are texting me. But yeah, great season, everybody. Milty is going down there to gather up our podium finishers. Our race winner again, Isaac Johnson. Our series champion, Jordan McGregor. And who got second? Did DeRocket end up second there?
That was
And all my standings have cleared and everything, so I lost it.
shoot.
Let me get it up on my main screen here. Wow, that whiskey's having an effect now. There we go. Latest results. That was Mark DeSenza. I thought so. DeRocket DeSenza comes back from the speeding penalty, finishes second. I muted my phone there because it's just blowing up with the FSB drivers texting me, congratulating me on the season, but congratulations to them for putting on a great show. I just push the buttons. These guys make the show, and they put on a heck of a show all season long. Walt McGregor congratulating Jordan on the championship. Well deserved. He ran a great season. Dave Jandry. Look at that. Dave Jandry slipped in there in 4th spot. Where did he come from to finish? Well, here we got I'll put it up here. There are your race results. Jordan McGregor.
Good job, Isaac, Mark, Jordan. Awesome race. Great to watch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mark, you made it through a lot of little this.
Yeah.
That happened. Start back at the back.
Yeah, well, you got yourself a pit road speeding penalty, which I have to tell you, Mark, I was absolutely shocked to see.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I wasn't. That's for sure. I think I hit 56 for a second, and it got me.
That's what you always say. I think it was probably more like 57 for about 5 seconds.
Oh, was it?
I don't know. I didn't check.
Slim and you guys both came in smoking them like you got them, and
well, that was Isaac and Slim. But Mark got nailed on a yellow flag pit stop very early on. Bounced back through that. So how did you pick your way through that? Because you were kind of Mr. Where did he come from at the end?
Close your eyes and go, please, please, please.
Is that all it takes?
Yeah, but
that's
now,
what I've been missing all these years.
Try to pick your spots. It's really hard to pass. So I mean, try to get by somebody, get a little draft. Try to pick your spots. Hope for somebody to make a mistake and get a few cautions, and it's about how it went.
Well, Mark, all you've been through this year, health-wise, and getting better, and it's definitely showing on the track. You've got to be a favorite for next season, and that's great news for all of us, unless we're racing against you.
Yeah, bad news for the field. Mark DeSenza is locked in.
Loving the fact that your good health is translating into what you can do with the car, and we've seen it ever since. Since the middle of the season, and you start getting healthy, pretty much there's that guy, Mama.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. Like I said, I got the energy to finish races. We're in pretty good shape now. So yeah, hopefully we make the full season next year. And congratulations to Jordan McGregor for winning the championship. Hell of a job to win one of these. Slim ran good too. My other teammate, he just had some issues with black flags because I let him borrow my brain and he got a black flag.
Been hanging around the 3 too much.
Oh no, Slim Jim Bailey, the heartbreak there.
Yeah.
Slim, were there any team orders in there other than just don't screw each other up?
No, not really. That pretty much ruined my night. But I was pushing it with everything I had and just pushed a little too hard.
Well, once again, if you'd have made every race we would be giving you the championship, but you missed a race. So, and you don't make excuses. You never have. And there's probably like 20 championships you could have had, but you always put life first. But you had family in tonight rooting for you. You had to pull a rabbit out of your hat against the best in the world in NASCAR 2003, and you came up a little bit short, but it still shows your character and your skills. Once again,
yeah, we appreciate all you do. Thanks for showing up, putting on the great show, making these setups for us, Slim.
Hey, I got to say congrats to Isaac and congrats to my teammate Jordan for the championship before you let me go here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, your brother, your sister were on watching. That's pretty awesome, man.
My son should have been on. That was my wife.
Okay. I'm sorry.
She was the reason why I was having internet problems.
Blame her.
So she figured it out and got off, so she come up here and told me. So.
Tell you, enable QoS, quality of service. It changed everything on here. You can watch Netflix and not interfere with racing. All right. Well, thanks, Slim, for doing all you do, putting up, doing the admin thing with the reviews all year, making the setups. He's already made the setups for season 37. That's how on top of it he is, folks, and we appreciate all you do for us, Slim. We're going to broadcast one of your championships one of these years.
I hope so.
But meanwhile, tonight it's Isaac Johnson. Champion. Isaac Johnson there. I think I called you at the start. I don't know. I'm pretty tipsy at this point. But tell us about your run there, bud.
Yeah, just most of the race, I was just trying to save my stuff till the end, and then once we got going on that last run, I kind of pushed a little harder and ended up getting in the wall. That kind of upset me, but just got really lucky at the end. I've been a part of the front two that get wrecked before, and I've been a part of the third place guy that goes and wins, so it was just my turn, I guess. But I'm really glad to have gotten this one. I've been wanting Indy broadcast win for a really long time.
Absolutely,
that's my home track. And,
absolutely.
Finally got it tonight, so I was pretty pumped up.
Congratulations, Isaac, for winning and for making me look good. It's always appreciated.
Well, that's a no-brainer, dude.
So now we're gonna have the summer season of 37 here coming up. Here, you gonna try and run that one full time, or is that gonna?
Well, I'm not gonna make any official announcements, but we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, great job tonight, Isaac. And then, of course, we skipped over him for the third place finish, but we got to talk to him as the champion and the final podium finisher
world
here.
Champion,
your FSB Winston Cup champion, Jordan McGregor, in the 30
He's a world champion.
Folgers coffee machine.
Most viewed.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Really, just a great race. You never want to say you were just points racing, but the most of that race I was points racing. I was hoping we could get some super long runs because I knew on the long runs I was better. But we could never quite get the exact run I wanted, so I was just kind of picking my spots. Actually was going to go for it there right at the end, got under Isaac, and then just kind of lost the draft a little bit. So, happy with where we finished. Did exactly what we needed to do. I hate that Slim had the troubles he had because it was looking like it was going to be a real good show right there at the end.
It still was a great show, even with those troubles, and you were a big part of that. Great run all season, and I totally understand what you mean about points racing because you get where you get by going for the wins, going for the podiums, trying to lead laps. You're trying to win every race, and that's what got you there. Then you get to that last race, and you're like, man, I just need this number of points. And you end up changing the way you run. That's where I was Thursday night, too. And it's like, it almost throws you off your game. It's like you almost think, well, why not just go for it, even though I only need to score X number of points. So, yeah, I understand that. Great job all night. Backed it up with that podium finish there. And I know... Yeah, Dan Irvine, man. He's the heartbreak there. He needed to win this race and lead the most laps, and you just pretty much just need to keep him in sight.
That's racing, but when we go back, reverse back to Riverside.
Milt's been talking about Riverside all season.
No, well, that was I was watching greatness out there, but you handed that race away. That could have devastated you. Instead, you just proceeded to grab it back up and, do what you had to do, win a championship. That's what a champion does, I mean, especially you could have been heartbroken there, but just moved on and finished the deal. Just was an awesome display all year against these greatest drivers in NASCAR 2003 that I've ever raced against, like Slim and Mark and Isaac. These guys are badasses, and you won the championship. That is definitely to me an awesome deal. So congratulations, bud.
Yeah, thanks, Milt. Appreciate it. Hey, sometimes you're not going to win all of them, so you do the best you can with it. Got to congratulate Isaac on his win. Got to congratulate Mark on really a great run, having to go back to the back of the pack and come back through. That was impressive. Got to thank both of you, Shawn and Milt, for what you do with these broadcasts, and got to thank Smoke for putting on this league and all the admins. So thank you all for a great season.
Yeah, I appreciate what you guys do. I meant to thank Mark for that push he gave me on the backstretch. I forgot I left him out, but
hey, that's all right. I pushed you and not Jordan. I thought Jordan would be a little conservative. Normally, I'd probably be following Jordan, but I figure him getting by, he was just going to kind of hang there in third for points, and my best chance to win was to try to draft with you and hope the two wreck in front. The two wreck, but I'll take it.
But I haven't been racing here for a while, really. I mean, I'm just now starting to get back into it, but still appreciate what you guys do up here in the booth, Shawn and Milt, and then as Jordan said, Smoke, of course, running the league, all the admins. You guys do a really good job. I've been a part of I don't know how many leagues, and this is the only one that's I've ever seen that's ran, I feel like, professionally. So kudos to you guys.
Well, thank you, Isaac.
Thanks, man.
Great job, man. And so,
well, that's one
there
of
have
us,
it.
anyway. He's the professional.
Oh, Barrett's asking if I can stream the demo derby. I think I'll do that this time. I mean, what else are we going to do? Man, you think I get loaded on these things? Wait, let's see me in a demo derby.
Yeah, sure.
We got that coming up in the off season. There's a recording out there of the demo derby a couple of years ago after I'd won my first couple championships. Sam swears he's got a recording of it. I have no recollection of the night. None.
That's what we like to hear.
Boy. That's my dog right
That's
there.
how trashed I was. So that should be good fun. Again, all the great off-season events coming up. But as for tonight, again, congratulations our champion, Jordan McGregor, our race winner, Isaac Johnson. Thanks for putting on the show all season, guys. It was great fun covering this one. Looking for another great points battle next season. You got to keep it interesting. Come on, this is a tough act to follow, guys. You gotta have it come down to the last race again. I'm throwing the gauntlet down right now. But thanks for all you guys do. Again, congratulations our podium finishers, Jordan McGregor, Mark DeSenza, Isaac Johnson. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Milt Minter. Couldn't do this without you, buddy, because when stuff goes wrong, I need you to fill the dead air while I fix it.
That's
else.
me, man.
Thanks to our series sponsor, Farmer Brothers Contracting, Bill Farmer, putting up the hardware these guys were racing for all season long. Ryan Johnson, hardest working admin in the business, as I call him, because he is on top of it, getting these points up, so I have him ready for the post-race show and doing all he does all season long, all series with reviews and running this series. And, of course, all you guys out there joining us in YouTube land, we are up to 208 subscribers as of tonight. It was just 200 the other day. Where are you guys coming from? Check in the chat box. Say hi to us. We love to hear from you. And thanks for all you do to keep this channel growing. And, again, thanks, everybody, for all you do to put on the show. And looking forward to some off-season events and to Season 37 and beyond. But for Season 36, this one's a wrap. Thanks, everybody, for coming along for the ride, and for FSB Racing Live, I'm Shawn Reap, saying good night.